Once your mind becomes a lot more still, your mind will come to a point where you can expand and contract objects.
The first bow is in reverence to the Lord Buddha.
Meditation is the key to the access of self-love.
In Australia, most of people, they not religious, they not believe anything. And
the jasmine is a very gentle flower. You have to be gentle and very patient.
Sawadee-ka. Welcome to Meditation for All, shown every morning at 4 a.m. Thai time on the DMC channel. A fact-filled program that helps you start your day feeling spiritually centered and uplifted. First, on Buddhist concepts by Reverend Nicholas Thanisaro. To end his good causes on Buddhist cosmology with no doubts, he'll be answering some very interesting questions raised by the students in his class.
Other questions? Quite a big question. Yeah.
So, just to clarify, you said that in 6,500 years' time, according to the standard pattern, we would reach the kind of Armageddon stage. But we believe in this temple that we can halt this natural pattern, or suspend, or delay, or turn it around. I mean, we obviously have at the temple this motto, world peace through inner peace, and this kind of mission. Are we trying to buck a trend that has gone on innumerable times before and really looks hopeless? Or is there actually some degree of hope in what we're doing at this temple?
We can do something to turn it around, or to slow it down through practicing good deeds ourselves, and by encouraging the practice of good deeds throughout the world. But from what I understand it, from our hopes of what can actually be achieved, is that this is not a work of a single lifetime, but if we build up a certain degree of awareness about spiritual values in society, which will stay with people, then once we pick it up next lifetime round to continue the work from where we've left off, then we hope eventually to bring this cycle to an end. This cycle of deterioration we hope to bring to an end completely. But there's no one saying that that's going to be achieved in a single lifetime. But we hope to continue with this work. But there is a hope that if enough people practice meditation, it causes something like a critical mass, where maybe 1 million people meditating together will suddenly change the attitudes of people who had never considered meditation before, in a way that they become open to this. And as a result of this, there's a sort of turning point where the world will start to swing in a more spiritual direction instead of swinging in a more materialistic direction as it has been. So we have this hope, but I think no one can say for sure just how quickly it can be achieved. But it's like there's this process of entropy going on, which can be slowed if people can understand the process and can change themselves quickly enough. But if not, 6,500 years from now, we have problems awaiting us. Yeah?
The Lord Buddha born in every golden
No, not in the Golden Age. This- Because during the Golden Age, people have a lifespan which is very long, over 100,000 years. So this means that if the Lord Buddha were to appear, although everyone would be very happy to see him, but no one would really believe what he had to teach because they couldn't see suffering. So we have to wait until the people come further down the slope here, until they start to have some experience of suffering, so that when he teaches the way out of suffering, people will want to listen to him. It's like most people, if they don't have a lot of merit, unless they are suffering in some way, they will not see the point of striving to get out of suffering. So Golden Age is not a time when we try to come back. It's too comfy. So we want sort of fairly comfy, a little bit of suffering mixed in, and then we can get the message about life more easily.
Yesterday you were talking about meditation and how it will take us to see things beyond our world. I just want to know, how do you know that what you see, what you feel is not your imagination and that it's real? Where a lot of us, I mean me for example, I can see that at the moment. So what justify that it's real and not just my own imagination?
What you say is it's a true observation, and in fact I suspect that there are many traditions of meditation where they do fool themselves into thinking that they have seen things which are beyond what the normal mind can know. They sort of kid themselves along that they are learning something. But even with, for example, our meditation, when we start out, we imagine something like a crystal ball, and the quality with which we can see it at that stage is not very high. You imagine something and it's like sort of fairly lifeless, not very clear, and it's very hard for you to keep your concentration on it at all. But later on, as your mind becomes more still, the image becomes more stable. It changes in quality, and you can recognize it for yourself. Why? Because the feeling changes as well. It's no longer just, you imagine something and you see just what you imagine, but it becomes something which arises spontaneously. But even this is not yet images which we can trust. Beyond that still, once your mind becomes a lot more still, your mind will come to a point where you can expand and contract objects in your mind at will. You have more control over the object. The object becomes more lifelike. It will give a special feeling as you observe it. So this again is a higher quality of vision than before. But even this is not come to a point where you could trust it as a objective form of knowledge which you have through your meditation. The sort of the way which we measure objectivity in our tradition is that you need to attain a body of enlightenment inside yourself. And it's not with these eyes that you are seeing things anymore, but it's the eyes of the body of enlightenment which you are using to see those objects. And it's only then that the quality of seeing becomes something which is completely different. Our abbot talks about being able to see things at the same time 360 degrees. Being able to see things at the same time in present, future and past. So it's penetrative seeing, it's a different quality of seeing. And you know it for yourself because it's not you physically who are seeing this anymore, but you're using a part of yourself to see it, which is pure. So it's not your eyes, it's not even your mind's eye which you're using anymore. It's not your imagination, but it's using a completely different part of yourself, which only becomes available to you as a tool when your mind has stopped completely. So if you're still thinking about what you are seeing, then certainly it's not something which is a reliable vision. But then again, we hear from the Buddha's teaching that the quality of Dhamma, the quality of what is true, is something which has to be known subjectively by the wise. So this means that you must be able to tell for yourself whether it's true or not. What you see must have the quality which also informs you that you're not kidding yourself, but what you're seeing is the reality. So built into how you see is also the ability to discern whether it is true or not. And if it is true, then it does have that quality about it. So you shouldn't need to have to worry about it.
What you are saying is that as long as I believe what I see, and then it's true?
No, but you can believe it in the beginning, because it's better to believe it than to have doubts about it, because the doubts is still a hindrance. But normally, for our own peace of mind, as we meditate, we will evaluate our meditation and give it to our meditation teacher. Or if we talk about our meditation experience, we talk about it in front of teacher. We don't just talk about it, to chat about it over lunch or something like that. And by having that contact with a more experienced person, often you know for yourself whether it's true or not just when you say it in front of them. Sometimes it rings true or not. So it's not, each person to their own imaginings, but we do have a calibration which is our own teacher of meditation, who will be able to compare what we've seen with what they know we've seen. Because there are some people who suffer from delusions as a result of their meditation. It can happen, and especially people who like to boast about their meditation attainments tend to suffer more from this than people who tend to just keep themselves to themselves and to talk about their meditation experience only in front of their teacher. So beware, because people like to boast about what they've seen, tend to always have to find new things to boast about, and that tends to lead your meditation away from what is necessarily true into delusions, where you have to aggrandize yourself with powers and ability to see more than the person sitting next to you. It becomes a sort of trap for people who meditate.
Respect is the key used to open the doors of knowledge. Next, in Buddhist culture, you will learn the action of bowing to the Lord Buddha that delivers the feeling of peace and reverence.
Three for the triple gem. The action of bowing in respect to the Lord Buddha is very special, reverential and beautiful. One should sit with both knees on the floor. It should be mentioned that the sitting posture for bowing is different for men and women, but for both the feeling is the same, one of peace and reverence. Lay both palms flat on the floor, but set them far enough apart to leave space for the forehead to slip between them. The first bow is in reverence to the Lord Buddha. The second bow is in reverence to the Supreme Truth, or the Dharma. And the third bow is in reverence to the Sangha, or ones who perpetuate the truth. Paying respect to Buddhist monks is the same as paying respect to the Lord Buddha or a Buddha image, because it is believed that the Buddhist monk is the one who perpetuates the Triple Gem. Thus, to pay respect to a monk is to pay respect to the Triple Gem. More than that, bowing helps to remind us of the focus of our meditation at the center of the body. We should maintain our mind in meditation as we bow, giving one's whole body and mind in respect to one's highest refuge. Thus, bowing is to pay respect to Lord Buddha with the whole of one's body, mind, and spirit. Bowing is paying respect from the inside out.
We will now meditate in a short session with Reverend Somsak Piyasiro.
Welcome everyone to the meditation atmosphere. All the differences in the world could be bridged by love. The husband may say, "I love you" to the wife, and vice versa. The father and the mother will say, "I love you" to the children, and vice versa. But there is another kind of love. Nobody mentions this that much. That is to love yourself. This is the greatest and the mightiest love of all. And meditation is the key to the access of self-love. But self-love doesn't mean selfishness. And after meditation together, you would experience true love inside, and then you would understand the whole concept of self-love. Why don't we sit down and meditate together for true love? Then, if we are ready, we slowly close the eyes softly. Close the eyes very softly as before, and relax all the muscles all around the physical body. Let loose all parts of the body. Allow the body to gradually relax. Meanwhile, we could take a few good deep breaths. Deep inside and slowly breathe out. A deep breath will soften the feeling of the mind. It could soothe and slow down the speed of the mind. So enjoy deep breaths for a few moments. And relax as if we are surrounded by the stream of relaxation. All around is just the stream of deep relaxation. The whole body is relaxed. The whole mind is softened. The whole process is slowly happening. Notice the in-breath when it is deep down inside the body. The passage of the wind would go past the lungs, down to the center of the body. This is for the new meditation practitioner. Inside the middle of the body, we call the turning point. The turning point is where the in-breath turns out-breath. This is a turning point, and from now on, we shall focus the mind right here. So now everyone would bring back the mind, the wandering mind, back inside at the turning point. This is the station of peace, the home of the mind. Once the mind is here, the mind feels at home, safe and sound, and more relaxed. Maintain the mind, the still mind, over here with contentment. The turning point is a gateway to the inner realm of truth. The connection, the link to the land of supreme truth taught by Buddhism. It's just the gateway we have got to come often. Come to the door that connects the external world to the inner world. If we come here often, give ourselves enough time each day to come over here by means of meditation. Come here often, and the door will open by the key through meditation. So we focus the mind very softly over here, and if we come often, the turning point will give us the vision of a bright dot. We are gaining bright light automatically. Or if we can feel, we feel as if the center of the body, there is the shining sun inside. It is bright as if the sun itself is shining aglow in the center of the body. Enjoy bright light inside the body. When we love ourselves by meditation and focusing in the middle of the body, our body would be brightest among all. Peace will happen together with bright light. As long as the inside is shining, we have love for ourselves. Love here is so pure. Pure because it's so bright, nothing dark inside. Enjoy bright light as the witness of our true love to ourselves. Enjoy bright light for a longer while at this moment onward. So now, to love oneself is very peaceful, and we receive the peace from meditation. If we love ourselves, remember to set aside certain amount of time each day to enjoy peace inside. This is the proof of true love. Before loving others, we have to love ourselves in the proper way first. Meditation is all the answer to all kinds of love. And let's spread loving kindness by expanding the bright sphere of brightness. The sphere is growing bigger and it is glowing further outwards. It's getting brighter and bigger. It grows bigger, it glows brighter outwards until we are the center of the ocean of brightness all around. Now we are sharing our love. We are so powerful because to love oneself, this kind of love is most powerful, and the power is expanding to connect from heart to heart, from our heart to everybody else's heart. And now you see to yourself, to love yourself is the greatest love of all. We then slowly focus back to the center always. The center is the brightest. Among bright light, the center is the brightest point. Before we open up, just make sure when we open the eyes, the inside is still bright as usual. So we slowly and carefully open up with the bright light still available, it's still on inside. Hope you enjoy bright light with true love inside. Next time before you fall in love with anybody else, remind yourself to love yourself first by giving yourself precious time to meditate. Enjoy love the whole day. สวัสดี
Sometimes we forget that we need to hear good things from others, wonderful stories that would lift our spirit and bring us joy. Nini Gevelin knows this very well, and she would love to introduce us her friends, Ken and Penny, who come from Down Under with a story that is sure to inspire us all.
สวัสดีค่ะ Hello, thank you for joining us today with our special program for Meditation for All. My name is Nini Keverin. With me today is Mr. Kitkan Tikkaew and his wife, Miss Piyawan Tikkaew. Welcome to the special program today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming today, and also if I may call you Mr. Kitkan, you also using the name Ken.
Yes.
And also Miss Piyawan, you use the name Penny.
Yep.
So I would call you by those names, okay?
Thank you. Yes.
Anyway, you from what country you come from?
Australia.
Australia?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
About 11 years.
About 11 years.
Yeah.
You work over there, right?
Yep.
You
Yes.
guys work over
Yes,
there,
we work
okay.
over there.
And then, well, first of all, the reason that we meet today, because I heard such a great story about both of you. Okay, I heard so inspiration, a story about what you have done for our temple, and incredible job that you're doing in Australia, which
Thank you.
is incredible that for you to, use your time and energy to, input into those kind of work, which is not an easy to do, you know, especially different country, different culture, and different belief. Okay, anyway, tell me a little bit background about when did you go to Australia, or how did you meet our temple for the first time?
For me, I've been to the temple in Wat Pathamakai, Pathum Thani. It's about 20 years ago. Wow. When I was young, I came to the temple with my mom, and to learn how to do the meditation. And also I work as the volunteer for the temple as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so it seemed like I growing up in this temple by I know how to work, and I know how to be the good people.
So you know what, actually, just like Luang Por always said,
Yes.
the parent is a great role model for their kids,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
See, because so you kind of like follow what their footsteps, what they're teaching you.
Yes.
So you learn from those experience, and that's why make you great today.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, so then after that, what happened?
Because our dad and our mom have to go to work in Australia,
Yes.
especially in Queensland, and that's why we have to follow them to go over there, because they work there and they would like us to. They would like me to go there first to be close to them, and then when we go there and for our meditation, that's what I thought is going to be really benefit to the people in Australia, and that's why I would like to, you know, tell the people meditation is easy for them.
Great. So, in fact, you guys joined the temple when you were younger.
Yes.
Yes.
Before you go to Australia.
Australia,
So
yes.
it's kind of like you built the foundation already about knowing what to do
Yes,
as
yes,
a
yes.
volunteer for the
Yes,
temple.
for the temple.
So you know exactly, and because you understand how wonderful it is to learn how to meditation
We
anyway,
know
right?
that like the meditation is very important for everyone, and it's a good to practice, because I have been learning it when I was very young, and I know it's a very good for everyone. If you know how to do the meditation, you will know how you got the power of mind, because a lot of people they don't know, and they never use the power in their mind. So I feel like if we can explain this thing to the people in the world, they will know how to use it. And that's very important for us and our aim when we go to Australia.
That is so nice. You know, that is, to me, is more than volunteer work. Because you know what, you have the love for people around the world.
Yeah.
You do not just doing it just for your family or someone that you know. See, so that's a very kind heart, and I commend you for that.
Thank you.
Yes, that is so wonderful. Just for the thought that you want to. You know, that is so amazing, and I hope that everyone that hear what they both thinking and wanting to do it, so hopefully inspire other people to do the same thing. Anyway, so then you guys meet at the temple then, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
before you were married.
Yeah.
Okay, so then because same belief, same
Yep.
thought, and have the same concept about life.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one day you guys just fall in love and
Yeah.
get married.
Yeah.
Get married. That's great. Okay, so how long you guys been married now?
It's about 10
10 years. 10 years.
Wow,
Yes.
Okay, and then who went to Australia first?
Me.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did. Okay,
me.
Ken, so you did. So tell me, so when you get to Australia, what did you do then?
First thing, because we work as a chef in the restaurant,
Yes.
and that's why I have to work in the car to support our life first. But after that, because we love meditation so much, I would like to get my father and mother to know about meditation is good for them as well. That's what because that 10 years ago we didn't have a DMC like this all the time.
Yes,
We translate by phone line.
Right, that's the first time.
Phone line is the first
yes.
time. That's why we learn from that, from Luang Por, from the phone line first.
Okay.
And after that we just improve by
From the internet.
internet
yes,
and then go to computer,
so
thing like that.
forth. Oh, wow.
But
that's great.
but that's what we start from the phone line. But after that, we invite the people to come to our home, and then we invite the monks from the temple, and then we tell them how to.
So the monk can guide and teach
Yes,
them
yes.
how to do meditation.
Yes,
right.
yes.
So how the people, the local people, which is Australian people, how did they
For the
respond to that?
For the Thai people, they love it. They feel like they come back home
Right.
and they do the merit.
Oh,
they
that's
really
nice.
like it.
But then again, you have to have little complicated too to explain to those people because
Yes.
religious.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what kind of religious that they
In
have over there?
Australia, most of people they not religious.
Oh, not
they not
religious
believe
at all.
anything.
Okay.
And the second one, they believe in the Christ and the
Oh,
Christ.
okay.
But I mean, it's a good thing for us to explain to the people they not believe anything because we try to present our meditation to be. It's not about the religious. It's
That's
about
good.
you relax and you know how to make your mind to be powerful and how you use it in the right way. So it's easy for us to teach them.
Right.
And I mean, the simple thing is about the meditation. When the people they start to do the first time,
Right.
they will find out it's a good way to do and relax.
It's like helping them. It's kind of in a way like their best friend actually. To me, I
Yes.
look at meditation, it's like it's my best friend, guide me through each day, right?
Yes.
And teaching me and also telling me about whatever comes, right? Because life is all about so much thing going
So
on
much
in
thing
our
going
life
on,
every
yes.
day, right?
Yes.
Working, family, friends, or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and be able to focus on those areas with no problem because
Yes.
meditation would guide you
Yes.
how to handle the problem with everyday life.
Yeah.
Yes.
So actually when to me it's like when you explain meditation to friends, I feel like friends would benefit from us and actually they would love you for that.
Yes.
That is like you give them the golden opportunity to explore themselves to something that is the most wonderful thing that they cannot buy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
and then
that's
it
right.
doesn't cost anything, to just
Yeah.
sit down
It's
and
really costless.
sometimes, when I meditate so much, I even think about why can't we just do business just by closing our eyes? Sometimes
Yes.
don't you feel that way sometimes? Like,
Yes.
when we feel so great about meditation, can you just talk to me or deal with me just closing our eye and just talking?
Yeah.
You see, because, sometimes it's so powerful when you meditate and you get to the level that you just have that peace in your heart.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
And that's why you guys want to work so hard to expand that in Australia.
Yes. Yes.
Very good.
And we have another one activity as well I like to share with you. In the
Yes.
first time when we go to the Sydney Center, on that time we just have the center, the new one in the Sydney. And even now we got about 4 branches. We got in Melbourne, in Perth, in Brisbane and in Sydney. But the first time in Sydney is a very good start for us to try to expand our meditation class.
Right.
And I have the good experience because I go to the school and in the school they got one of the subject they give you to teach the kid and kid can choose which the religious they like to learn and it got about 40 kids and most of them are Australian people. They doesn't have like a half Asian or whatever, but they got like pure Australian and they don't have anything to know about the Buddhist at all. And on the first time we teach them what the Buddhist is and what meditation is. And on that time when you teach to the kid will tell the parents what happened. And after then I find out the parents and the kid they come to the class and they start together.
See?
So it's a good, I
Okay.
mean it's a very, very good opportunity to do it and they got very good experience in meditation. And we teach them how to do the 5 precepts. And now their parents, they accept. Because everyone know the 5 precepts is simple thing in your life and everyone can do it. But some of them, they not accept like you can't drink alcohol. But after then you explain to them, they will accept it and say, okay, you teach them in the good thing. So that's why on that time we can bring their parents to join us too.
Right.
So I think it's in the Australia for us, it's very good opportunity.
Oh, that is so great.
Yeah,
Wow.
because they don't believe anything, so you doesn't change them, but you just teach them
But
the new
still,
way.
that's challenging though, because when people who, I have to say, like kind of in the way when they don't accept anything at all, sometimes people think, oh, that's easy. Sometimes, yes, it's easy, and it's not easy too, because
not
you know what I
easy.
mean? It's like
It's
now
not
you're giving
easy.
them something that, okay, what is this? And then, Buddhist, or this is Asian style, or
Yeah.
whatever it is. They don't know anything about it, and suddenly, wow, I have to close my eyes, and what do I have to do next? What it's all about? See? So then it's like you have to guide them all the way from the beginning until the end. So what you're doing, like I said, is such a great thing because you know why? It's not easy at all because to me, I came from USA also, and you know, our temple already expand when I joined them, so my job is not as difficult. So for you to start from the beginning and willingly to keep going and continue to make it success, you know, that is, you know, a lot of good deed and wonderful deed that you're doing.
Thank you.
It takes time. It takes time. And another thing is really good luck for us as well because Australia is multicultural country, and they're quite open for everyone. We just explain to them what is benefit, and they'll quite understand.
Wow.
But if we start something like our program, we should start from meditation.
Right.
Because meditations give them to come to thought about themselves, and then what is benefit to them, they're quite happy to join
So
with
then
us.
right now we do have, I know that we have 4 of them, but the 2 major ones that you guys around there, which is one is in the Brisbane,
Yes.
I said right,
Yes.
and the other one is in Sydney.
Sydney, yes.
The Sydney is the one that is more like kind of like a Panawat, what we had here.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
got the
beautiful.
Meditation
center
retreat. Yes.
Oh, that's great. Do we have to pay anything to get to go there or anything at all?
Yes, because the first time we thought you don't have to pay anything, but the thing is, they said if you don't pay anything, sometimes they said, also for free, it might be not got any benefit. We let them to pay something like $20, $30, but after that we give them free food and then all the
Meditation
accommodations,
class.
meditation class. They're quite happy.
Oh, that's great.
And we have like once a month.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
we have volunteers, vulnerable monks. We teach them as well, but we not force them to about religious.
Right.
We just do about meditations. What is benefit for
Just to
their
like a
life.
great introduction, just to let them
Yes.
experience what
Yes.
we have to offer them.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
That's the power of the kindness. Yes.
Thank you.
And then also, so then how many people kind of in the way that join the group now or constantly come to the meditation center now? About, you have quite a few people now? Or you have
In Sydney, yes, we have in the first Sunday of the month, we have around 100 people.
Wow.
In the 100 people, we have
That's
around
good.
20 Australian people to come to join.
Oh, that's great.
And I know we have 1 or 2 people really successful of the meditations in the case study that's Luang Po, kindness to open minds for the.
He has been mentioned to him.
Yes.
He has
that's
been mentioned to
great.
that case.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard that you sent one of the meditation, one person did the meditation so well, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, had a great experience.
Yes.
And you wrote
Yeah.
it to the temple.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I saw that one too
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
so in another word, it's kind of sharing that anybody can do meditation. Doesn't matter what kind of religious they have.
Yes.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, that's good.
Yes.
Okay.
Ken and Penny's story will continue next week. You will hear about their involvement in community service and other fun activities with the Brisbane Meditation Centre, so please tune in for that. Next, meet my co-host Rose Mipan in her new show Cut and Craft.
No matter which way my life turns, no matter easy or hard.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Hi, I'm Rosalind Mipan, and I will be your host on this show called Cut and Carve. Cut and Carve is a show that will be teaching you Thai traditional craft. For example, today we have lotus arrangement. We have 2 guests today who will be teaching us how to arrange lotus. Pichintana and Pisurapa.
สวัสดีค่ะพี่จินตนา สวัสดีค่ะพี่สุรภา
Also, I have a friend with me who will also be learning this lotus arrangement, Amy Lusawan.
สวัสดีค่ะ So let's begin พี่จินตนาคะวันนี้เราทำอะไรคะ
วันนี้เราจะมาจัดบัวกันนะคะ
Today, we will be arranging lotuses in a vase and in a bowl. Put the vase into the bowl like so.
โดยปกติของดอกบัวแล้วเนี่ยจะเป็นดอกไม้ที่มีเสน่ห์แต่ว่าเราต้องเสริมด้วยดอกไม้อย่างอื่นลงไปด้วยค่ะ จะได้ให้มีความงามมากยิ่งขึ้น
The lotus is already a beautiful flower, but in arranging, we will be making it have more value by using other flowers in the vase.
ค่ะ เราจะเสริมด้วยมะลิค่ะ แต่วิธีการก็คือว่าเราจะเอามะลิเนี่ยร้อยด้วยก้านมะพร้าวนะคะก่อนอื่นเราก็จะเริ่มเอาใบมะพร้าวออกก่อนค่ะด้วยวิธีการนี้
We will be using jasmine flowers and coconut leaf stems. To get the stem, take the leaf and cut it like so.
ค่ะก็จะออกมาเป็นแบบนี้ค่ะ
The stem would come out like this.
เอมี่ค่ะหนูลองเสียบดอกมะลิลงไปสิคะ
Take the jasmine stem and stick it in to the coconut leaf stem. Push it down almost halfway. The jasmine is a very gentle flower. You have to be gentle and very patient.
ต้องมือเบาๆค่ะแล้วก็ใจเย็นๆดอกมะลิจะได้ไม่ช้ำค่ะ
By being gentle, it will help the jasmine flower from getting weak.
นี่ค่ะเสร็จแล้วเราก็มาเสียบใส่ในแจกันเลยค่ะ
When you are finished, take the whole stem and put it into the vase like so. ใช้ประมาณกี่อัน
ขึ้นอยู่กับเราค่ะว่าเราอยากได้แจกันใหญ่น้อยแค่ไหนแล้วก็อยากได้แจกันที่สวยมากแค่ไหนค่ะ
The amount of decoration you need depends on you and how big you want the vase to be. If it's a big vase, use as much as you want. If it's a small vase, try to use a little more.
เราจะเสริมด้วยใบหมากนะคะเป็นตระกูลใบเดียวกับมะพร้าวค่ะจะได้ดูให้มีความอ่อนช้อยมากขึ้นค่ะ
For decoration, you don't only have to use the jasmine. You can also add a branch of the coconut leaf, which is called baiman, and bai fern. When you've added both jasmine leaf and the coconut leaf, add in the lotus. แล้วก็ถ้าช้ำก็หยิบดึงใบออกใช่ป่ะคะ
โดยปกติแล้วเนี่ยค่ะกลีบบัวเนี่ยจะเป็นบัวเนี่ยเป็นดอกไม้ที่ต้องอยู่กับน้ำพอเราตัดบัวขึ้นมานานๆเนี่ยทิ้งไว้นานๆเนี่ยกลีบบัวจะช้ำวิธีการจัดดอกก็คือว่าถ้าหากว่าเราต้องการที่จะเอามาใส่แจกันเนี่ยให้เราดึงกลีบที่ช้ำอย่างนี้ค่ะออกไปก่อนค่ะแล้วค่อยเอามาเสียบแจกัน
The lotus is usually a very strong flower when in water. When it is cut, it grows weak. So, if you have a bruised lotus, peel off the bruised petals and add it into the lotus. Add the cutter into the vase with the lotus. The cutter will add more charm into this arrangement. Also, add the fern. This would add more value into the vase and make it more beautiful. Other than the white lotus that we have, there's also the pink one. In arranging this arrangement, you don't have to use what we have here. You can also add other flowers to make it more beautiful. Now, ใจกันอย่างนี้เราอยู่ได้ประมาณกี่วันนะคะ
3-4 วันค่ะแต่ว่าเราต้องใส่น้ำเข้าไปให้ดอกบัวเนี่ยเขาได้ดื่มน้ำด้วยก้านของเขา
This arrangement can last up to 4 to 5 days. But to do this, you also have to add water so the lotus has something to drink. this is our finishing piece of the lotus arrangement. Isn't it pretty?
Yeah, and it wasn't hard at all, was it?
Not at all. So join us next week and we will be learning how to do another Thai traditional craft.
ขอบคุณพี่จินตนานะคะ ขอบคุณพี่สุรภาค่ะ
So join us again next week. สวัสดีค่ะ
I believe I can see the good in you.
That concludes the show for today. I hope you had an educating and enjoyable time with us. I will see you again next week. Goodbye for now. สวัสดีค่ะ